Kate Mulvaney. I'm a principal consultant at a company called Cornwall Insight. We are an independent company that helps give advice to different organisations who are part of the transition to net zero. So when I started my career 20 years ago, I never really thought about what a consultant does. But what on a day-to-day basis that means is I'm talking to sometimes the government, I'm talking to industry, I'm talking to generators, and of course I'm talking to people across the solar energy supply chain, and I'm helping provide them with information and advice that lets them do their job better. Every day is different. I get to talk to experts who are really making a change in the world. So although I didn't know what a consultant was when I first started, I absolutely love getting to help people in different ways. When I started in energy, most of the electricity in the UK was generated by coal and gas, some nuclear, some hydro. And the transformation I've seen in quite a short amount of time is that we're already at 30–40% renewable energy. Next year, in 2025, we're expecting to see moments when all of the electricity in the country is being generated without carbon emissions. That's an amazing transformation. The job isn't done. There's a lot of challenges ahead, and we need to move even more away from fossil fuels to renewable sources of energy. So it's amazing what we've already achieved, but there's a lot still to do between now and 2050, and I'm excited about it, and I hope more people join us to help make it happen. The thing I love most about my job is that no 2 days are the same. I get to talk to the most interesting people in the world about their favourite topic and my favourite topic. I get to fix problems, I get to fill in gaps. I absolutely love working with the knowledge, the resources, and it's across a lot of disciplines. It isn't all one thing. So I get to bring my interests, my curiosity, and I get to help people who are making a real change in the world, helping communities, building renewable generation assets, delivering solar energy, helping communities also receive income from these assets too. So really seeing a change on a local level that's part of that wider global change. When I was at school, I didn't think for one moment I would work in the energy industry. Now, partly that's because back then, working in energy often meant working in oil and gas, which didn't really appeal to me. It wasn't something that really resonated. But through a series of accidental left turns, I have ended up in a job I absolutely love, where I hopefully make a real difference to individual communities, but also contribute to that wider decarbonisation programme that the whole world is participating in. So when I was at school, I didn't imagine one day I'd be doing the job that I'm doing, but I have, through a series of luck and spotting opportunity and following the things that I was passionate about, I've ended up working in an industry that welcomes me, that's given me loads of opportunity to develop myself, learn new skills, meet new people, and be part of that really important work, helping decarbonise the UK economy. So the most important thing working as an energy consultant is curiosity. You're never going to know everything. So if you're the kind of person who wants to read that next article, who wants to ask more questions, energy is a great place for you. Solar energy, although it's a really established technology, the way we're using it across the economy, both in domestic scale, but also in industrial ways, is changing. And how that interacts with the wider electricity system is undergoing a rapid development. Now, that isn't something that's just going to last for 1 or 2 years. We're looking at really rapid change that needs to happen between now and 2050. So if you're currently thinking about a career that you're looking into what career path you'd like to take, solar energy and renewable energy and electricity, these are all areas that offer a really wide range of opportunity. But if you're thinking about becoming a consultant, being willing to learn, being curious, Those are the most important skills. The single biggest risk to the UK being able to decarbonise is the skills, the skills and the people who can make it happen. Now, there's a lot of roles in engineering that will be absolutely critical to delivering that, roles in construction, as well as, conceptual ideas and imagining the future. Some of those roles have historically been dominated by men. I think that is changing rapidly. If I think back to earlier on in my career, quite often I would be the only woman in the room. I'd go and I'd meet, my peers. They would be almost exclusively men and generally, older men. And I am now in a situation where that's not the case. I'm very welcome in all of those places, and the gender balance is shifting. I would say to both, to all people who are considering a career, you're going to be welcome and your skills are going to be critical to making it happen. And particularly young women who are thinking about entering into energy, you will be welcome. So don't worry that the past, where those areas were dominated maybe by men, you aren't going to be excluded, and increasingly there is gender balance. I mean, for example, I work with lots of really skilled female engineers, female modelers, so people who do really very difficult maths, well beyond my skill set, and they are having successful, interesting careers. So even if you're a young woman and maybe you imagine or you've seen spaces where it does seem to be more male dominated, I would say still look into that area. I think you're going to be really welcome. Yes, be ambitious. If you are a young person considering a role in solar, I would say it is absolutely an exciting space where you will get to determine a really interesting career path. I'm really fortunate in that that's what I've had so far, and it's what I expect to happen for me in the future. But time and again, I meet people, particularly young people and young women who maybe aren't confident and they don't know what can they offer. Have confidence that you personally have something that will improve our delivery of net zero, that will help communities. Be bold, set yourself a target where the sky is the limit, and the industry is waiting to welcome you.